Hi there. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to execute a shell command using Python subprocess module. I'm just considering a sample Unix command ps-fu Apache. This command going to display the processes which are running with Apache user. Uh, in Unix, there is a command $? Which will displays the execution status of the last executed command. If it is 0, then the command got executed successfully. If it is non-zero, then the command got failed. The same I'm going to demonstrate using Python program. Let us dive into this Python program. First, we need to import subprocess module. The subprocess module has a constructor popen. This popen will take first argument as the command which need to be executed. Next is the shell. If you pass shell equal to true, the command which passed is executed with the default shell, and if we just pass shell equal to false, then we need to explicitly pass the shell in the first argument. And next is like argument is standard out. It is a standard output. For this, we need to assign subprocess.py keyword. This is necessary because if you not assign the subprocess.py, then the executed output will be displayed onto the screen, but it will be not captured onto the sub. So in order to capture that one, we need subprocess.py keyword to be assigned to the standard out argument. Similarly, we need to assign subprocess.py keyword to the standard error in order to capture that standard error into the variable. So this command is going to generate a popen object. So just I'm using this type, we're going to come to know like what type it is. So this command I just kept in a try and except block because if by chance if rises any exception, it will be captured under this try and except block. This popen constructor has a object called PID. This will display the process which got spanned using this subprocess.popen constructor. And there is one more object called communicate. This is going to read the data from the process, like from the standard input, standard error, and standard output. Okay, also it will get the written code status. The subprocess communicate object, it will return a tuple. This will be having two elements. Tuple will be having two elements. One is an output, second one is an error. So the executed command output will be captured in the first element, and if the command get fails, the error will be captured in the second element. So I'm going to display that one. One thing to tell here is that the communicate has a keyword called a timeout. I'm just passing here like 5 seconds. So within 5 seconds, if you're not, the command is not going to execute, it will raise an exception. That exception will be captured using this try and except block. The popen has one more object called kill. So whenever the timeout occurs, it's going to capture and going to kill that process, and that output is will be displayed over in the further lines. At the end, uh, to get the return code, this object popen object has a return code keyword. So using that one, we will get the command execution status. Like if it is zero, it is successful. If it is non-zero, it got failed. So let us jump on to the demonstration. A process called span, and that object is like subprocess.popen, and process ID is 29503. The communicate object has written output, and error is null because the command is executed successfully, and the return code is 0 since the command is executed successfully. So the one which we executed manually uh, using shell commands has been demonstrated using Python. Now I'm going to show you like how to capture an error. Here I'm just passing an invalid command. The process called span, processor 2954. Since it is an invalid command, the communicate object has written output is null and an error element with the error details like PS to the command not fault, and the return code is 127. Since it is non-zero return code, means the command is failed. Next, I'm going to demonstrate the timeout. I'm just passing a sleep of 1000 seconds, okay, so that the process will be waiting for 1000 seconds. But here in the communicate, we are just asking to wait for 5 seconds. So what happens is that this communicate will raise an exception. It will be captured in this except block, and once it get captured, the process is going to get killed, and next we are going to get the return code of that one. So let us see that. The process got spanned, and since it waited for 5 seconds, it came over and got killed, and we got a return code, non-zero return code. It means the command got failed. So like this, uh, we can execute a shell command, we can capture its output, we can capture its error, and also we can capture its return code. And you can enhance the logic according to a requirement. So like if you get an output, from the output you can use regular expressions and you can get the required data. Or like if you want to execute some logic, if return code is non-zero, you can capture that one and also execute that logic. So it depends upon on your requirement. So by making use of the skeletal code, you can enhance your logic. So I think you liked this video. Happy learning. Wish you all.